have a nice bidet?
No.
Have anything. It's just a
Dude,
toilet.
I'm so spoiled by my parents' bidet. It's not like a particularly like fancy bidet.
But it's not a cheap bidet.
But it's like, but I'm so used to a bidet now.
Do you want to take the pillow? There's too many.
Yeah, I
pillows.
don't have a bidet.
No, I want this here. That way,
Have
the
you used
framing's
one
good.
before though?
No, yes, and it's great.
Yeah,
I really like bidets.
bidets are
You
good.
know what else I really
It's
like?
a better way to use the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
most
like
of the world.
urinals.
Huh?
Why aren't those more commonplace?
No, because urinals in
Urinals?
your own house would be stupid as fuck because the toilet works just the same.
Dude, have you ever walked into someone's house and they have like, oh, can I use the restroom? And they have a urinal.
That's
No.
that's awful.
Men only here.
No, I
That's
do
what
think
it
I
says.
do think that's the type of
So
shit.
I was in like the nicest house of like my life, and this is like a 3-4 story house. Like it's practically a mansion in my eyes. And I'm like, holy shit, can I use the restroom real quick? And they're like, oh yeah. Like go over here, and I step inside, and it's like really nice. It's like this really nice like green tiles all over
It has
everywhere.
stalls.
Yeah, like
Did it have stalls?
Like iron. Like no, it didn't have stalls. Like, but it had
Dyson.
like iron handrails that just seemed like really antique and rustic. It just looked really cool. And then to my immediate right is just a urinal.
No, the
Like not like a nice urinal, like a public bathroom urinal.
Because that's the only kind that are
here's
made.
The whole point of a urinal is like it's something that someone could pee in while a stall is taken. So it has no right in like a regular bathroom.
And it takes up less space.
Okay, well then let's say I make a specific room in my house dedicated to one urinal, and it's a small room like a closet.
No, that's fucking
and I
stupid.
repurpose
Why
the
don't you just do a
closet.
toilet? Why don't you just do a toilet?
It's the same
Because
shit.
nobody-
You still flush it.
It's because the toilet's
And you can
upstairs,
shit in it.
And if you have to shit, you
And
gotta
you-
walk upstairs.
So you,
But if you
so
want a
you're
pee
only
room-
allowed to shit in one of your bathrooms.
It creates a more party space.
By having no, it doesn't. It's almost the
Yes,
exact.
because everyone who's sick and has to puke has to go upstairs, and anyone who doesn't
The
can continue to
signature
piss and drink.
citrus mixed conversations,
downstairs.
piss and shit,
Isn't shit.
our specialty.
Yeah, what
I think it's a good idea.
No, what you basically
patent it.
said is I'm gonna make a bathroom that you can exclusively piss in, and that's it.
Okay, well maybe I'm in the wrong.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
And also maybe I have some good
Yeah.
ideas other than that. You know, maybe I have other ideas that are good. And maybe that one's just bad.
You bring up a lot of bad ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Well,
like
I mean, how are you supposed to learn?
that's
from
like
your
being like,
mistakes?
I have a garage that I can only park cars in, and you're like, what about putting stuff in it? It's like, not in this one. It's
Dude,
what's-
that's our apartment.
Oh, it was them. Yeah, they were like, you can't, like, you can't store things in that, right? You couldn't store
No,
things.
they
Yeah.
wouldn't let you have a
What?
home gym.
They wouldn't let you store things in the parking
people would put
garage.
their
the
gym
parking,
equipment
like
in
the
there.
garages you could buy.
No, they remember they fucking like started chewing people out for it.
Which I'm
Yeah.
like, it has a metal fucking shutter. You should be able to put whatever the fuck you want on it.
Dude, there
Like a
was
storage facility, like a storage.
well,
spot.
yeah, and you guys, I told you guys about like the like local band that used one of the garages to like practice, right? And and that was all they used it for. And then they told them like, oh yeah, you can't use that.
And you know what they did in retaliation is they started just practicing in their apartment, and everyone could hear the guitar guy.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
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 They just said, "Fuck you. We'll just practice where we
always wanted. I would see them walking by, like they'd have their guitar case, and I always wanted to just like strike up more conversation
pay." Like,
with
where's
them.
your next venue?
Dude, there was
The
one.
only time I conversed with them was when they were pissed that they're like, yeah, I guess there was no point to even renting this because we've only had it for like a week, and now we can't like record here.
That sucks.
Corporate entities.
Do you remember
are
the
assholes.
like going like on the road onto the main, like going down? There was on one of the balconies. There was a person with like a fake head, like a paper mache head, and they would throw shit. They would throw shit at whenever
They
they
would
got.
always be on their balcony too.
Oh, no.
When they
I know
were
which one
just,
that is.
they would smoke weed.
That's the one
and then
with the
some
Jack
one time, I
Skellington
remember
rights.
They were like
Jack
really
Skellington
high,
House.
and they were laughing because they were
Remember?
trying to throw ice
think
at
so.
me.
That one.
But they were too far to actually
No, they
get
threw
anywhere.
ice at us.
Yeah. They
And I
throw
dodged
ice.
it, and they threw it at my feet, and I just I put my foot
They'd
up and
smoke
dodged
weed
it.
and throw ice at people as they walked by. And I'd be like, that is the worst type of smoker.
I never got shit thrown at me by them.
You were behind me when I got the ice thrown at me.
I was never there when people got shit thrown at them.
Yeah, you were.
No.
It was just you two then?
I didn't get shit thrown at me.
The ice incident. Miguel remembers.
We were turning in checks to the.
That might have been just you guys then.
Yeah.
Late at
we're
night.
turning in
It
checks.
was dark. It was
Yeah, we were
dark.
turning in checks to the office, and then Brendan was like, "Something wet hit me," and I'm like, "What?" And then something like flies by me, and I'm like, "They're throwing fucking ice."
Dude, that's
They're like
crazy.
throwing ice at us.
I think it's like bong ice.
No, and they're laughing, and they have their bong.
What we should have
Yeah,
done.
they're probably pulling it out of their
What
bong.
we should have done is
That's
we should
so
have grabbed
funny.
the ice and thrown it at them.
No, I
That's
mean, we
what
wouldn't
we
have
should
it
have
was
done.
nighttime, and they were like small pieces of ice. I wasn't gonna fucking
Yeah.
look on the ground for them.
Create a whole like snowball
Yeah,
scene.
taking the dirt.
Fucking snowball fight it with some ice cubes.
Yeah, you should have just taken a ladder and climbed up
Glock.
on their balcony.
And
like-
fought them.
Wag
Fought
your
them.
finger at
Yeah.
them. She's like, how dare you? It's oh my good
Dude,
time.
We had some characters in that neighborhood. Those kids.
I
Dude.
love the kids. I mean, I don't love the kids. At the
I
time,
loved the
in
arc.
yeah, in retrospect, I think it's very funny.
The kids that would like do like kick flips in front of our door.
And
Yeah.
and then like come up and ask us for food.
Yeah,
And I
they-
gave him a packet of ramen.
Yeah, Brendan gave them a packet of ramen,
And
and then
open the
and
floodgates.
so before they would like come up to our door, like every few days, like they would do to almost every other house, and then after he gave them ramen, they would come every single day.
Yep. Because it was a weird situation. Because
I know Brendan
bigger
had
guy-
let it
the
gone
big-
too
oh.
far when I like was coming to the house and I was like, "Hey, you guys are like in my way. I'm trying to like get into my apartment." And they're like, "What are you gonna do about it?" I'm like,
push past you.
"You're 8."
Yeah,
like
No,
what?
that was the worst thing about it. It was so embarrassing because they were all so little. You can't do shit to them.
There were like a
But they
couple
would-
of like 12-year-olds and then like a 16-year-old.
Oh,
Also,
no,
you're
he was
you're
like a-
full
he
ass
was- he was
adults. You
13.
shouldn't be doing anything
Huh?
to
the
them.
oldest one was 13.
The big guy, the leader was 13.
Yeah, the leader
He
was
was
13.
the blonde
13.
kid was 12.
Yeah, they were the
Well, there are 2 blonde kids.
yeah,
and
But
they're
the older blonde kid
the
with the
oldest
skateboard.
kid, the bigger kid was 13.
The skateboard kid.
But it's just so embarrassing because they would like try to front on you, and you're like, I'm not gonna do shit because you're a child, but it's embarrassing because you're not gonna do shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Like, yeah, like what do you think I'm gonna do? Hit a kid?
Yeah.
Hit a
they,
child?
They tried to like zoom past me on their scooters, and I would just like kind of step back and let them go.
No,
but
I had them go.
ultimately, if they
I had
ran
them-
into me, I
had
wouldn't have
him
been
one time
affected.
go like fucking chest slap, and I'm like, pfft. Like what am I supposed to do?
Are you a frat kid?
I guess I just
Yeah.
want to leave.
Frat boy.
I'm pretty sure it was them that like messed up the back of my car.
Yeah,
Because he was chasing, well, the oldest one was chasing me in like one of the like maintenance cars. I told you about that.
Yeah,
He
Wait,
stole-
they just jacked a maintenance car?
yeah, and he was just driving around.
the maintenance
and,
carts are just golf carts.
and I was like, "Hey, you can't
Sometimes
do
you
that."
just leave 'em there.
And then he started following me, and I was like, "Oh, he's trying to hit my car. He thinks he's playing bumper cars." And so I had to go do a whole loop around, and then I tried to like park, and then the parking spot I was gonna take was taken
Yeah.
already, and I was like, "God damn this kid! I'm gonna hurt him."
Dude, I do not miss parking in San Diego.
that is one of the worst parts about San Diego.
Ugh.
I miss the moment that you think you're not gonna be able to find a parking spot. You're like, we were out
And
way
then you
too
see
late.
one close to the apartment,
Right up,
like
Dude,
right up
that
against
was
it.
that was like a holy
You're like,
moment
we
every
went
time.
home just early enough.
No, I'm talking about the
When you
times when we
roll up
went
for, like,
out.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
we went out and then
no,
we roll up
oh,
for like
okay.
20 minutes doing circles, and you would go,
No one's-
fuck, we're gonna have to go so like blocks away,
And then someone leaves for
someone
their like
leaves.
hookup.
Yeah, I was just saying we were out just long enough for the person who was there
To
long
leave.
To leave, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Dude, it was so sad that when we first got there, we were like, oh, there's gonna be a lot of college kids partying here, and then after the like initial
Like 10
summer, they all
families.
left immediately.
Yeah, and it's just nurses.
Nurses and like like single moms as well as just
like
up,
I
like,
genuinely,
parents.
And multi-generational families.
yeah.
I genuinely
like,
liked the
damn.
neighborhood more when it was louder from parties, because at the very least, you're like, there's life
Yeah,
going
remember
on.
that party girl group that would come
versus-
and then they'd get like in arguments with their people who dropped them off? Late at
Yeah.
night?
Yeah.
And it was a
The
group
party
of
girl
girls.
group that was like every weekend we'd hear them screaming
At their
outside.
ride, who was a guy they
I
got
miss
with.
them when they were there. I'd be like, I'm trying to fucking sleep. I'd be so angry.
But in retrospect,
and
you're
then,
like, oh, I missed.
and then when they were
noisy
gone,
night.
I was like, oh, there's no party
No,
girls.
I
Because
miss.
like you just go out, like look out your
Dude,
window and watch them for a bit.
You know, I'll
What's
never
happening?
regret anything as much as I'll regret not taking the opportunity with Dog Girl.
I knew you were gonna say dog girl.
Dog girl.
God
I saw the
damn.
look on your
We
face.
all
I was
do.
like, Miguel,
We all do. Yeah.
Miguel, yeah,
David.
Miguel knows, yeah.
We have all spoken to dog
He was really
girl.
cute.
Like, I
She
think
was
every
really
single one of
cute.
us.
I remember
spoke
you
to
guys
her.
being like dog girl, and I'm like, what dog
one
girl?
with the
And
two
then I was
labs.
like, oh, she's dog girl. There's not these other girls with dogs. Like it's very clear who dog girl is.
Dog girl with the 2 dogs. She has 2 dogs. You'd walk them
No,
both.
I
No,
think okay, one dog
you're
girl with
getting
big
dog
dog.
girl. She had the curly hair.
Big dog.
I
big
thought she had
dog.
2 dogs.
No.
Oh, so
No.
she just had the big golden retriever. I remember it was like
No,
a
you're
lab.
thinking of a different
Yeah, I think
person.
of a different person.
There was a lot of people who had dogs.
I liked the boy, the Shiba Inu boy. He was like really buff. He walked around with his
Oh,
Shiba.
I think I know who
Oh,
you're talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
He always wore like a
Yeah, and
short
every time
sleeve.
Brendan walked past him, he would be like, I miss my dog.
Yep.
Every time.
But
Yeah.
he wasn't the only owner of a Shiba in that neighborhood. There was like 4.
Really?
There was a bunch of
I don't
us.
there a
remember other
bunch?
Shiba.
I don't remember any other
I would
Shibas.
walk around the neighborhood more than you guys, I guess.
Brendan, Brendan would see Shibas and be like, "You."
Well, he probably pays attention more to Shibas, considering
Yeah,
like
that's true.
he's out looking
'Cause
for.
I don't
him.
give a shit about a French bulldog. Fuck that thing. It's ugly. Kidding.
I mean, he's right.
I'm not. I'm
He's
joking.
Stupid dog can't even breathe. One
No,
idiot.
It's not their fault they can't breathe.
No, that's an That's a British bulldog.
Is that British bulldog?
I'm talking about a French bulldog.
Oh,
They look
I
a little
think
better.
all
all
bulldogs
bulldogs have severe breathing problems.
I know,
Yeah.
but I mean the French bulldog looks a little better because at least
Yeah.
it has like perky ears and not a very squishy face.
Is that the one that actually has a snout?
And it's got like pointy ears. Yeah, the French bulldogs. They're a little squished, but not a lot. They're not like pugs.
Dude.
Fuck pugs. Sorry, lovers.
Dude, you're
But-
just
I'm sorry.
trying to
I'm
cause
sorry.
controversy.
Going off on all the dogs.
I mean, those clips go off the biggest, anyways. So, because people get so angry and they comment.
I just don't
Do
understand.
you guys remember the?
why people like pugs?
Do you guys remember when we were talking
The burrito?
about Ben Shapiro?
Oh,
And people got so angry. They're
So
like, "You
pissed.
guys only wish you could be as good as him," or like
Dude,
whatever.
and they
people
called
got
us-
pissed when we were like making fun of the stoners that would just like leave their feet on the table.
Yes, they go
and
so
smoke
angry.
and just
Pop-Tart
vape-
guy.
Pop-Tart guy and just
No.
vape.
I mean, people get angry on the internet over anything.
with his girlfriend, just
Yeah. bringing
Pop-Tarts.
It's like well, they're not even doing anything.
That's not talent.
That's
Yeah.
not like. Yeah.
I on YouTube watched a lot of like Matt Koval
I could
content
smoke weed with a
recently,
girl
and because of it,
on
I got
screen.
D&D like on my feed, and I forgot how a lot of D&D channels are like awful, like outright like not awful in content. I mean like bad people.
Yeah.
Like I saw one thumbnail and I had to click the fucking thumbnail because it was like Ginny D talks about safety tools again, and it was like somebody screaming and like fire in the background, and I clicked it and I just read the comments. I didn't even really watch the video, and it was because I was just like I want to see what people are saying, and it was like if you bring up like safety tools like then you don't even trust your friends to like what's the point because they're gonna bring it up anyways. They should know better to begin with, and if they don't know better to begin with,
Well,
then
if
they're
they don't
then they're people who want to do you harm anyways.
What are you
And
talking
it was
about?
like it was just like the most rambling over why safety tools are pointless and actually harmful.
It's like doing what Miguel's referring to is like during a session 0 of like a campaign or like a one shot or whatever, like setting boundaries of like what topics are okay and not okay
Yeah, and
to
what-
include.
And what
like an
topics?
improv session where you're like,
No.
brown bag is
Like-
this, and this.
like what we did for Curse of Strahd.
Yeah,
where I was-
and being like, what is it okay to include but skip over? Like where you're like this, like yeah, we don't want to depict this, but it's fine if it's like a thing that happens just like off screen or whatever.
Like,
and
we're not
what is
gonna-
hard boundaries?
we're not gonna role play berserk scenes. That's fucked up. No one's gonna
Yeah,
role
like
play
I remember
that.
in Curse of Strahd during session 0, you guys were already a little bit like hesitant with Curse of Strahd because Strahd as a character is super creepy. Like really, like for me as a DM, like on the verge of what I'm willing to do in a campaign. Like he's just like Yeah, I mean, if you know D&D, you know what
If
he's
you know
all about.
Dracula, you know Strahd, because Dracula kind of in the book
they're,
rapes a guy.
they're not the same.
Well, I mean, Dracula does kind of.
They're vampires. They
Also, I just want to
don't.
acknowledge that weird thing where it's obviously an innuendo in the book, right? Where it's like
Well,
he starts to hallucinate.
Gotta be more specific if you're talking about specific sources.
The whole book is based off of like the diary entries of that guy who visits Dracula's castle, and then Dracula goes to London afterwards after jumping on a ship. And then
Yes.
that's the end of the book, right?
Yes.
yes.
So that whole situation where he's like diary entries is obviously like an innuendo, is it not?
Or-
For like Dracula kind of like taking advantage of this young man or something.
Innuendo.
That's not what innuendo.
He is taking advantage of them.
I think you're getting the word innuendo.
Okay, well,
like,
I don't. Okay.
It insinuates that he's.
But anyways, yeah, safety tools very important when you're running campaigns. I don't think it's as important if it's people you've played with before because you've hopefully already had that conversation with them.
and also, if it's somebody you're already close to, hopefully they feel way more comfortable being like, hey, actually, like at the table, I'm not comfortable with this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl in the D&D comic shop club should have spoken up like that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think she could have.
Knew about the concept.
Also, yeah, D&D is weird with the
You're
average.
talking about the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it always reminds me that like even though people try to act like D&D spaces are these like super inclusive blah 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 spaces, I'm like, yeah, because you play with your friends. And like you play with people who are similar to you.
That was not
I feel like the average D&D group is still very much like a lot
Like incel behavior.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that was my first experience with D&D, right, Dyson? Like there was good parts. That was when I was playing
But that's
with
also
you.
just playing high school D&D.
Yeah.
But then
I
there were
haven't
like
heard-
the other people there.
I haven't heard anybody play high school D&D where there wasn't like just fucking immature shit like going on in these campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're just cringe.
Goblin Core really like to the.
I don't think when I was playing in high school there was many cringe things. That
Well, you
we
didn't go to a public
You're lucky.
school,
No, really? I actually,
Dathan.
We,
Never-
I
went to a
mean, we
private
were
school.
pretty like Lord of the Rings,
well,
like
you were maybe
big
playing with your brothers though, right?
and friends.
Yeah, but you went to a private school. We went to a public.
I went to a private school for like a year
But that's
and
who you
then
played
got
D-
kicked out.
Play D&D with, right? Was that
Got expelled.
charter school?
Didn't even do that. She deserved getting hit.
Damn.
Welcome to the PL.
Welcome to the
Deal.
Dathan's angry. Something's making him angry. You know, for this
No, I
PL,
was being bullied, and
you
during the
bully
middle,
people?
so
Weren't you a
and this
bully?
this is also kindergarten, and this girl, like right before we're doing this like little like performance where we're like flipping these little paddles that have smiley faces and frowny faces on them, and we're singing. She says, "I'm gonna make your brother like me more than you, and
Damn.
then maybe you'll disappear." And so I was like, you know
That's
what?
kids.
You
That's
know
awesome.
what, bitch? So we got up, we all standing in line. She has a solo part where she's gonna sing, so she steps forward, and then I just smacked her right in the face in front of the entire performance, like everybody watching.
What a badass.
Yeah, got my ass beat because my parents still paddled back then.
was that the same person that
Like
we
with
saw?
that one right there.
Is that the same person?
Yeah, with shit like that. Yeah.
Is that the same person we saw at the Red Museum concert? Shaved head
Did
person?
you see her at the Red Museum
Shaved-
concert?
No,
Not her.
no.
It was the
That-
one you. It's the
that
one you
was
kissed.
a crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy run
Nathan,
in.
Did you
right?
run into
It's-
someone from
so
the
it's
past?
the one.
Yeah, like a crazy person that I was really scared of
Oh.
the whole
Tell
time.
it. Tell the
They ca-
story.
Huh?
Wait, can I ask?
Oh, it's just somebody who used to like. So like one of my friends. It was her first girlfriend. For her, like she had just come out. Everybody was super religious. Most of our friends didn't really get along with her, and this girl ruined her. Made her think that she wasn't gay. Like egged her car, like slashed her tires type
Dude,
shit.
It's so funny how like first relationships are tough, but I've never heard more like terrible first date other than between two women. Like I hear like a woman really knows how to hurt another woman like deeply.
Yeah, like telling them they're unlovable and shit.
Every time they're like, there is no bigger heartbreak than the first time like another lesbian decides to break your heart because they know how to target you as another woman.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but we were at this like indie like music festival and we're all vibing. I'm a little drunk and then I get a tap on my shoulder.
Oh, that's scary.
I
That's
turn
scary.
around and she's like right there, shaved head, like, hey. And I'm like, oh, hi, it's been so long. She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm just here with my friends. What about you? Oh, I'm all alone. I was like, yeah.
That's what I do.
Oh, no. And then she was like, but I do know a bunch of people here. I was like, right,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, so you're like my other friend.
And so it kind of went on like that, just like really awkward, like, and then I was like, oh, well, I'm in line to buy something, so I'm gonna buy it.
And then she pulls out the butterfly knife and spins it around.
started cutting me up.
Starts slashing.
I lost my dick that night. No, sorry. That was crazy. Sorry.
His dick fell off.
Okay, Brendan.
Okay, Brendan.
Oh, no. I was going to
no.
ask you, the one you hit in the face, is that the same one you embarrassed on stage by kissing them when they didn't want to kiss? Is that the same one?
Oh, I have so many.
another one.
I have so
Oh, my
many.
goodness.
Brendan pulled out all
So-
the dirty laundry.
So that's when I was in theater, and there was my counterpart in the story was this Mormon girl, and
yeah,
so
fun.
we were supposed to. I was supposed to go right. She was supposed to go left. Or no, she was also supposed to go right. So we're not actually kissing. And then we're going to hold up a straw hat so it looks like we're kissing.
yeah.
I go right. She goes left. We kiss. And then I'm like, sorry. I was like, oh, sorry. And then she just gave me this look. And then I thought, oh, that was awkward, whatever. I kissed her. And then at the end of the performance, people were like, you took her first kiss. I was like, yeah,
That's
so
not
what?
important at all.
I was like, so what? I'm like, I'm not a bad looking
You don't
guy.
get it. You don't.
Mormons.
She was like, you
that's
don't
death
get it.
sentence.
You don't
Mormon.
get it.
The death
Her
sentence.
whole family was there. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and you forgot the hat. I was like, oh, I forgot the hat. Because I was supposed to be the one to lift it up. And so her whole family saw me take her first kiss. They
you to
pulled
flower
her
her.
out of the school entirely. And we never saw her again. Morgan, if you're out there, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Rest in peace, Morgan.
That's disgusting,
Rest
man.
in peace. What? They killed her?
That would be funny.
They're like, she's ruined now.
Ruined now. We
Dude,
can't
that
have her.
night the dad comes up. Better be ready to marry.
They fucking lynched.
Lynched.
Damn.
Dude, they
fucking
strung her up by her
strung
lips.
her up.
By her lips.
Yep.
These
kissing any
lips
boys
that you
anymore.
love so much.
No, they tied her fucking lips to the back of a horse and they fucking just rode
For
10
100
miles.
meters.
Dude, what? Okay.
Also, I have a question. I'm going to do a challenge. Will you guys like keep me accountable?
Sure.
As long as it's
yeah.
like a
I
reasonable
want to
challenge.
read Steel Ball Run within the time that Steel Ball Run's like contest is supposed to be.
How long
Like-
does it take?
It said 60 days, right? It's a month. How long it said?
That's not a month.
That's 2 months.
That's like 2 months.
There's a number in the book that it says like this journey should take this long, these many days.
Oh, and you want to read it like in real time?
Time.
I think it ends up taking like 40 something days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The characters are but what they can do. I don't know anything, but I'm excited to read it all.
Yeah, I thought you had read it.
No.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you should read it. It's good. You'll enjoy it.
That fast?
You
Yeah.
finished, right, Dyson?
Steel Ball Run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished part 8.
Okay. You forgot you finished part
He
A.
read the next part.
Miguel, 'cause he
Yeah.
always gets confused when I talk about it to him.
Didn't you read
knows
the
what
next
you
part
were.
before it was put into color?
Hmm?
You read it before it was put into color, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you read it in color?
I stopped when the color chapters weren't hadn't been released yet, and I think Dyson picked them up because they started being released.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting
Yeah.
for. Though the little bit that I read in the beginning, I'm like, man, I don't know if this is going to be as good as Steel Ball.
It's not, but it's still pretty good.
Okay.
We're talking about part 8.
Yeah, part 8.
Yeah,
Part eight.
and then-
Jajolian.
And 9 is final part, right? According, right? He said
He didn't say if it was the final part, but people speculate.
Question: are like all of those
Part 9 is JoJo Land
are
or
all
whatever.
Yeah,
those
JoJo
manga
Land.
Land with like a pseudo Giorno.
mangakas like all categorized as stars?
What do you mean? It's one guy.
It's one guy. It's Horihiko Araki.
I know, but like not all of them are named JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. No.
What do you mean? Yeah,
no,
Steel Ball one.
the
Steel
only
Ball
one?
Run is the only one that's not
Okay,
specifically named JoJo.
that's what I was curious about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the other ones are.
Themed.
Yeah. But yeah, you should read Steel Ball Run. It's really good.
I might be wrong, but I think Steel Ball Run, I've seen the manga in the library. I think it also is labeled Bizarre Adventure.
Is it?
I
I don't know.
it's not on any of the covers, but it might be like labeled like on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
labels when they categorize it.
Well, I
Or
think
when they,
I
like,
think they have
dubbed it.
they have a JJBA seal on it.
Yeah, I might have a seal.
But no, yeah, Guy has been doing the same franchise for like 40 years or whatever. So it has changed genres, but not in the way that it's like, oh, it's changed. It changes because it's just whatever genre is most popular at the time.
I'll compare it to like every season of Once Upon a Time. It's like the same energy every time, but it's always like something different.
I wouldn't say
Don't
that.
compare it to Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, I would say that's
Yeah,
actually.
don't compare it to that masterpiece.
I would also say that's really inaccurate. I think
I will say, I thought the idea was super cool for Once Upon a Time. I was like, oh, all
Fairy
these
tales,
fairy
edgy
tales in the
fairy
same
tales?
town.
Yeah.
And the best part of the like early season was like learning who was who.
no, but there is. I mean, all types of those types of shows end up like being worse than you thought. Like I thought Grimm would be cool, and then I
No.
realized that it was just like a bad
Cop show.
analogy for race.
Yeah.
Like, for like, you're like, oh, this is weird.
Dude, it turned into trashier Supernatural by the end.
You know what's it's because it's like because it was really popular when it first came out. Once Upon a Time, like the season premiere had like 13 million viewers.
I know
and
your
then,
mom was a big viewer, right?
Yeah, my mom and dad
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
it,
you
and then the season finale of the first season was 10 million. So most of the people like kept, which is like really good for cable television.
Right.
So it was massive.
No. There were things about it that I heard about it that made it sound cool. Like I was just like, Peter Pan is like the father of a bunch of like evil like fairy tale people.
He's only the
he's
father
like,
of one.
oh, he's Rumpelstiltskin's father, right?
That's the only person.
That's what?
Thank you, Miguel, for telling him
I'm like, ooh,
Spoiler alert.
I'm like, Mulan is the leader of like a mercenary company.
That's
and
pretty
I'm like,
cool.
that's kind of cool.
Oh, Captain
that's
Hook's
kinda
like my
cool.
favorite character. He's like the best
I remember
character.
Captain Hook. He was hot.
He's hot and he's
Yeah.
cool. He's got a good
'Cause he-
backstory.
Because he's supposed to seduce the
Emma
main
Swan,
chick.
Yeah.
Emma Swan.
who's also in House.
Is she?
Yeah.
She has a hard on for House.
Oh, was she the person you brought up when we were like, she was on the cover of a book?
And I'm like, how do you have a crush on House? That makes no sense. Like, he's the least likable person in this
No,
show.
people are attracted to the house type.
I
get
think
it.
people
I don't
are
get it.
attracted to people that are really good at things, like experts and like.
well,
like,
yeah.
Hook's
and
the
you-
best
just think-
pirate around.
think about like Benedict Cumberbatch and Sherlock. Like
I was about to bring that up.
you look at him, like if you like knew him, if he wasn't like so good at being investigative, you'd be like, that guy has a fucking screw loose.
Yeah,
Like,
The guy
like,
from Elementary,
that guy,
total asshole.
fucking
Don't like that
weirdo.
Sherlock. He's like the worst.
But you're like, but he's really good at being a detective, so you're like actually kind of hot.
And then he fakes his own death and shit like that.
I would say I would put Sherlock on one of my most like higher tier cop shows.
Sherlock, like
No,
BBC
that's
Sherlock.
accurate. Sherlock, the British,
One
the
of the
BBC
better
show.
cop shows.
I agree.
And then the one that's next to it, I only like it because it's funny, is Psych. Psych's also very
Psych's
funny.
a pretty good.
Psych's
police
a good cop
procedural.
show too. I'll give
Yeah.
you that. Yeah.
I don't know what else.
I haven't seen it in so long,
Brooklyn
but I
Nine-Nine
like
is
Monk.
okay.
No, it falls
No.
off.
Yeah. Good for like a
Monk-
season or two.
Monk is really good.
Oh, Monk. Yeah, Monk's
Haven't seen
good.
Monk.
Better than Numbers for sure. Numbers is weird.
Numbers is okay.
There's a lot of like
trying
dad
to think
and
what
son.
other cop shows.
The Wire's really good.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Been told it's good.
I haven't seen The Wire.
The Rookie's good.
It's
No.
it's fine.
No.
It's like
The rookie is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's good. It's pretty good.
I say
I think it's
Rookie
better
is
than
like-
fine.
Rookie's like the highest tier of like the Chicago Fire genres.
I think Rookie is.
I wouldn't put it because Chicago Fire, like those shows take themselves seriously.
But I
Like,
mean, like
the Rookie's like
no, the Rookie
so
has
crazy.
serious episodes.
They have
but
serious episodes, too.
Acting like this is
And they're
real
all
police
But
comedy.
the
business.
rookie does take itself
Yeah,
seriously.
It also
that's
has
what
a
makes
really-
it funny. It truly acts like this is what policing looks like.
it's like the best version of all those other
But
shows.
I think it's so fun because it makes policing seem like in LA, like Gotham.
yeah.
No, they make it seem like
You're like
they're
a
in the-
little
like-
officer under Gordon.
Like they're
You're
in
like,
the middle
"Oh."
of Afghanistan during like a raid or some shit.
Dude,
Like
when
you're
they
like,
start taking on gangs later on in the show, you see like these guys are like Gotham villains.
no, you go like who is this Osama bin Laden? Why do this need such a tactical strike force
Yeah.
to like come in?
Who's that white
Yeah,
guy?
like-
The white-haired guy from Arrow? It's like one of those guys, right? The billionaire guy from Arrow?
I have
The
no
only white haired
idea.
guy I remember from Arrow is Slade.
No. Slade's not white-haired in the show.
Yeah, he is.
Not in the Arrow show.
Is he not?
He's got
I
black
didn't
hair.
watch that far.
He's got an eye patch, and he's just a dark-haired guy.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Arrow.
But there's this other like billionaire guy who's got white hair, and he's such like a low stakes character. Sorry, I don't know why I started talking about Arrow. I apologize.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about what's happening to Doctor Who?
that they got woke.
No.
They're in the David Tennant season. I know that.
Yeah, it's like it's like 4 or 5 episodes.
So it's not bought out by Disney, but Disney is now financing it.
Yeah, no, the
Uh-huh.
Disney got the
So
specials
it's gonna
on
have
Disney
Disney
Plus.
budget and it's gonna have Disney writers
I'm
on
saying
it.
it'll probably
Dude,
low key
Star
be
Wars,
better.
but better.
It's gonna look better.
But
It's gonna be I don't know.
No,
Actually, the writing hasn't been that good for a
I
while.
was like, I
Yeah.
actually think it's gonna be better because the writing has been like consistently complained about on for like a long time.
Yeah.
it's gonna be more formulaic.
The moment they tried to give me racism in Doctor Who, I stopped
I mean,
watching.
there is racism in Doctor
Dude, there's
Who.
racism
No, that
presented
exact-
all the time in
There's,
Doctor
that
Who.
there's an
exact
entire
episode is when I
abortion
stopped.
episode.
That exact episode, I was like, Rosa Parks, what are we doing here? I'm gonna stop
You remember
watching
the
now.
fucking egg episode where it's like the fucking like
Oh,
The
abortion.
abortion.
We've talked about
The episode that you guys bring up all the time.
It's iconic.
It is
It's so
iconic.
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
more iconic.
Essentially, there's like this, like the moon is a giant space egg, and if it hatches, it'll turn into a space monster that might eat Earth and like kill people. And so there's a whole like moral dilemma: do we kill the egg before it's born? And then everybody's like, no, because it's alive.
Yeah,
lady.
and I was like, okay, I guess, yeah. The one lady,
lady.
who is made to sound cruel and like mean.
She's an
or
older, white,
suggesting-
blonde British lady.
who's only picked her. They mentioned she didn't have her own kids. She always picked her career, and I'm like, what are you trying to say?
Picture about these people.
You're trying to save the world. 'Cause
Yeah,
Guess
and-
who would kill that baby? This guy. This guy right
That
here.
baby dead.
Yeah, and then when the moon hatches, the big like space monster lays the exact same size egg as soon as it
As the moon,
hatches.
right?
As
It was
the moon.
identical to the
It's
same.
Also
last
weird
name.
and gross.
Yeah.
Baby lays new baby.
Also, think about this though, guys. So you kill the baby, you end world hunger. You do. You do, because you feed people for years.
Dathan?
Generations.
Like if you could distribute the space baby meat. Like,
Dathan, I don't think in this sci-fi
Like you go-
situation where Earth is really old at this point.
okay, I
They
don't.
probably fixed the world hunger
I
thing.
think no.
No.
No?
But generally in fucking Doctor Who, The like
The
planet
world is
Earth
basically the same.
is basically the same or worse.
Also,
Or way worse.
what is that concept of the satellite situation in the first season we watched, where they just keep coming back to it and other shit is happening there, so they can reuse the set?
So-
that's
That's why.
That's why.
Well, it's to reuse the set, and yeah, it's supposed to be
They're
like,
timey-wimey shit happened and now it's different. You're like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's to be like whatever they're doing in the future affects like the future further.
Always from an outside alien influence.
Yeah.
Because later
Well,
on they
he-
explain that Doctor Who has to fix the timeline
well,
because
no, the
aliens
whole
were supposed
point
to come
is
way
that
earlier.
he's fixing like not the root of the issue every time
Yeah.
because there's Daleks, and it's
I
like
wanna know
okay,
what-
you know what,
Ace.
in the Dave is Matt Smith, right? Is his name?
yeah.
Yeah, bow tie.
Bowtie guy. In
Yeah.
that season, they explained to you that Doctor Who doesn't actually look for trouble. Trouble is gravitated towards him because the TARDIS just takes him to where he needs to go, and he just fixes whenever he's there. And the TARDIS just abandons him when he needs to be there for a really long time. The TARDIS just does what it wants, and the Doctor Who is just like a tool of the TARDIS.
that's not necessarily true because he also just pilots it and takes it where he wants to go.
No, because ultimately the TARDIS decides, like,
I think it depends on
they
the writer.
fight over it all the time. The Doctor and the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's the one. That's like one of the issues with Doctor Who, is like
They retcon themselves a lot.
yeah,
A lot, yeah.
based on like who's show running it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want a
They
rated.
refuse to reboot.
They're like, reincarnate instead.
I want a rated R Doctor Who, but only for gore and violence.
Yes, let's have Doctor Who
Like, they don't
reincarnate.
cuss or it's like standard Doctor Who. Otherwise,
What if
Like people explode and there's blood and guts
but
everywhere.
like, but like the
you
like
get like the boys
like the
type
angels,
of violence.
like the angels like rip people apart from like the chest,
and you get to
or,
watch it.
like-
You get to see
yeah,
it happen.
but exactly the same. Otherwise, like no cursing, like the
And the
romance
doctor-
is PG-13.
the Doctor is the first guy from Altered Carbon, the American Patriot.
Yes. No. The Doctor is Jacob Elrodi.
Yes. I love that. We need
get
a
on
buff
this
Doctor.
Disney.
Get on it. It's printing gold.
We're done with theater
And
actors.
make his companion / love interest Timothy Chalamet.
Boom. Skinny boy and buff
Jacob
guy.
Elrodi and Timothy Chalamet.
Give me-
Crazy.
Give me the buff guy, skinny
give
boy.
me the money. Give me the money.
Dude, Army Hammer and Timothy Chalamet. Army Hammer is the Doctor, and he's a cannibal.
That's too much.
It's exactly the same role as normal, but
And
this
that's where
Doctor's
the
a
gore
cannibal.
comes in.
Yeah.
Army Hammer just eats people.
He has
Well,
to,
no, like
he has to eat
there's like
other
a sexual
species to stay
relationship with
alive.
him and Timothy Chalamet, and he's like slicing little pieces off.
and then he like
Would you like some?
And he like, dude, he's like Timothy
Hannibal.
Chalamet.
It's like a
is-
Hannibal
He's
situation.
like an immortal being who's known the Doctor for like ages, and they're like meeting each other again or some shit. And he regenerates.
I'm sorry, audience. This is deranged.
No, that's awesome.
Let's say one statement though.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The bow tie guy's companion.
Amelia
Uh,
Pond.
Clara Oswald.
How do you know? Oh,
Magic.
Why
That's
does-
literally how I know.
Why does Dick Swinging Guy get his own fucking show in like the 80s, and now this girl who's like really good at acting and has like a cool premise.
Wait, are you talking about
Come on, Dyson.
Jack?
Yes,
Hartnett?
Jack Hartman gets his own series.
Who's
but
Amelia
Clark-
Pond?
not in the 80s.
Whatever, the 90s.
Who's Amelia Pond?
No, it's 2000.
I think it's.
2000s.
I'm
Amelia
pretty sure it
Pond
takes
is the
place
girl
at the
from
exact same
Jumanji.
time.
Jumanji
She
girl.
does not have a cool premise.
No,
Her
no, the
premise
one
is
after
Amy
her.
Pond.
Oh, eight.
Clara?
Clara Oswald.
Okay.
At
It's
the end
the
of her
same
arc.
premise as all the other premises. It's a person who goes through time and helps the Doctor all along. You didn't know that she was always helping the Doctor.
No.
And you're like, okay, we've done this like every season.
But they end it really cool because they give the girl
She gets her own TARDIS, right?
the young girl from the start in Game of Thrones, that actress.
Arya?
Yeah.
Arya is an immortal like infant. No, an immortal like
Infant.
girl.
She put infant forever.
She's like a little girl in the show when it comes out, but it's like She's much younger. She hasn't done Game of Thrones, and she's immortal. And her and Clara Oswald, who is immortal also, not Clara. Yeah, it's Clara Oswald. They're both immortal, and they time travel together. I'm like, why didn't that become a sideshow?
Well, because it would have been the exact same thing as Doctor Who.
And we could just pause Doctor Who for a little bit, do some Clara Oswald
Well, no,
adventures.
why would you pause the main
'Cause I'm
series?
tired of having a guy with a girl on screen. I want two girls.
Yeah, but they
know.
tried that already with
No,
But she had a girl and a guy, two companions.
I think the
Just two girls on
problem
screen,
with
you know?
how the companions are placed is they're either placed as like semi weird love interest / wish fulfillment for like people who imagine themselves as the Doctor, or they're just kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, lame is very more often than not. It's very lame frequently.
No, they're mostly for like love interest reasons.
Currently?
All of them. I mean, I haven't
old
watched
Doctor
a
Who.
lot.
It was to have some eye candy for the dads.
Yeah, it was eye
robot
candy and
dog?
love interest stuff.
Yeah, the robot dog. That's some eye
I
candy.
know Moffat
The girl
has
with the
talked
robot
about
dog.
how he
Not the
how, like,
robot dog.
he actively makes like the
Not into
woman
metallic
sultry and
furries,
attractive
okay?
to him, or whatever.
Huh?
Like, what's it? Moffat has said he purposely makes the woman's like attractive to him.
Moffat's from a video essay I saw. A lot of Moffat's like female companions are like, I'm a strong woman. Isn't that kind of hot?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like all, yeah, his characters. Like you're gonna see as we go, Rose
them.
will change. Rose is already kind of like, I'm kind of dumb, but I'm
Yeah.
hot.
I'm dumb and I'm an everyday girl.
Yeah, but not like super like heavy on the like sexual appeal
I'm a
stuff.
Londoner.
It,
That's gonna change.
it rides up.
Oh, when the
Her
Cybermen
outfits change
The
too.
Cyber-
Was
Men
it
come in,
when
she
Moffat
changes.
took over as showrunner, or was it before?
It's when he takes his showrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the where Dathan and I are at, I forget the showrunner's name, but he's gay. And which makes so much more sense because it's like, with like Jack Harkness, I'm like, that's pretty progressive for like early 2000s, like having like a very bisexual
guy.
like male character be so prominent. Yeah. So we'll probably see once Moffat starts writing more episodes and takes over, it's gonna
And then you see Captain Jack again, and he's like super straight, and
Oh,
you're like,
really?
what? Yeah,
Oh.
the character, all the characters change.
that's gonna be
the tone
That's
changes.
gonna be
Yeah,
something.
and that's why people. That's my theory for why people like David Tennant, because David Tennant's Doctor is super horny.
Super horny and straight.
Yeah,
He romances Queen Victoria, Torchwood lady.
yeah. You just
Oh,
got
damn.
done with the like really like goofy.
David Tennant
Yeah.
flirts with every female he ever sees in the show. Like they write the Doctor to flirt with
That's
every
true.
sexy girl.
A lot of Stephen Moffat episodes be like, okay, this is someone from history, and turns out they were really into the Doctor.
But the Doctor's an immortal being who
They'd
goes
be like,
where he
Queen
goes.
Elizabeth was really into the Doctor.
The problem with the
yeah,
Doctor
they do.
too.
They do Egyptian Cleopatra.
Cleopatra?
Is at one point,
The
don't
Doctor already feels like such a
Maybe.
self-insert premise because you're like, it's a guy who gets to go to all these like Roman times and English times and alien babes, and now he gets to hook up with all of them too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
I think there's a
he goes to like Egyptian times, and most of the characters are white.
He goes to old Scotland.
British.
And British.
Dude,
It's
what
so
fucking-
funny when imagine seeing a pharaoh, and he's like, mate.
Hey, mate.
Dude, it's crazy.
You know what's kind of fucked me up?
What?
I watched like one of the newest episodes with David Tennant like back, and him and Amy Pond.
Not Amy Pond.
Donna
Donna. That's-
Noble.
Other redhead.
Yeah, Donna Noble. Thank you.
Donna Noble.
Like go to like this alien.
wedding. That's Donna.
Yeah, they go to this alien spaceship on the edge of the universe.
I'm kidding.
And what really fucked me up was when they like hopped on a little like go-kart, or not go-kart, like a little like maintenance cart, and they it was on the left-hand side of the road, like a British car. I was like, in space they drive on the left.
Yeah, because the British Empire.
The British Empire.
No, because in Doctor Who lore, the British Empire comes back.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
they wish. Dude, they wish they could come back.
Oh my god!
It's like it's done for you guys.
It's done. It's America, China.
and
America and China.
America falling off.
And America falling off. It's gonna be China.
It's
China
gonna
and
be
Russia
China.
are gonna like conjoin, turn into a big empire or something.
Nah.
Learn Cantonese, boys.
No, I'm a Mandarin guy.
Slovakian is what I'll go for. I'll see if that
What?
pans out.
Russia ain't gonna pan out. If Russia ain't panning out for the Russians.
Dude.
Like, sure, if you want to live in wasteland,
Yeah.
like,
You want to get eaten by like wild dogs.
Wait, have you gotten to the part where he goes to like meets the devil? Have you seen that one?
No, but I know. But there is
It's
a magic
great.
card for the devil.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's the one with the orbs and the tentacle face.
is he the
guys.
literal devil or is he like?
He's Space Devil.
Space devil?
Yeah.
Okay.
The magic card calls him the Beast,
Yeah, that's what they call him.
That's
and he's a 6-man, a 6/6.
dude. The Beast is every final villain in like fantasy things.
But
Where they don't want to
I
say the
straight up,
devil.
I straight up think the Beast, the way Doctor Who wrote the Beast, is exactly the way the Star Trek show in the original first seasons wrote Jack the Ripper. He's just an ethereal being that floats through space and does mischief and do bad shit.
But did you watch that episode?
Did David Tennant win or lose? I forgot.
I mean, it's the devil, so I don't know if they won, but they hurled it into like a black hole.
That's so
because
goofy.
because
it's the devil.
No,
Yeah.
because literally it just from breathing the same air, like these like symbols like crawled up your skin and took control of you, and you started speaking in devil speak and doing whatever it told you.
Infernal.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
do like a space devil, I think you have to end the episode with some sort of loss. Like, it don't have to be like a loss, but I feel like he ain't scary if you.
That's not
if
very Christian of you,
just
Miguel.
like fucking throw him into a black hole and
All
beat
the
him.
extras died.
I mean, yeah, the Doctor kind of genocides.
he killed everybody on the space station. Or the
And he genocides the space slaves.
yeah, all the slavers are dead too. They killed all of them.
Yeah,
Okay,
they all
he-
die.
I love Doctor
How
Who.
does he act about it? Is he like chill about it?
No,
sad.
he's fucked up and sad about it.
But
Just for that episode,
But
or
yeah,
for
just
like
that
a
episode.
while?
no, the next episode he's like drinking and he's getting over it. But then the episode
But the episode after, he's over it.
no, the episode after he's like going
like,
after his
I'm gonna
new
go on a
babe.
vacation real
They're like
quick.
continuity can only exist for one more for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a
The
great
Doctor
episode.
really
though.
has like a really like quick memory. Like it goes short-term memory only.
Well, he has short and long. It's a mixture of both because he's seen the schism.
Seen it all.
He only remembers things when he's directly facing it and he's like, "Oh yeah, I ran into this years ago."
You're like, actually, I know who you are.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
So
another
rando.
character that's like that other than Doctor Who that just like remembers things because it's convenient.
I mean, that's a lot of characters.
kinda
There's a lot of
Sherlock.
characters like
That's kind of
Oh,
Sherlock, yeah.
Sherlock's like, I remember this serial killer. I
Or
investigated him when he
you're
came
like,
out.
He can't think of the clues, but then the minute he stands in front of the room, he goes, "It's all here."
My mind palace. Oh.
Dude.
Yeah, Watson be like struggling in a
Yeah.
fight, and Watson's like, I can't hold him off for much longer.
Ah!
And he's like, I finally figured it out. Yeah, every episode of
And he's
Sherlock.
like, my little letter opener will only work so long. The trolls are overtaking me.
Same, because he's like Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Too many goblins.
We need to hit Supernatural now.
Huh?
We need to hit Supernatural
No,
now.
you don't. There's too many seasons.
Also,
Yeah, we'd have to do an episode on it, and I'd have to like refresh.
also,
No, I mean like in this episode because we talked about Doctor Who and Sherlock.
Oh yeah, that's kind of true. You gotta talk about the like Superwholock.
Ulock. Oh yeah,
You gotta talk about
Superwholock.
the Holy Trinity.
Yeah,
Why isn't Cumberbatch the Doctor yet? You know, he looks the part.
dude, I don't want Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor.
Yeah, I mean, we could just be talking about TV shows for a sec. What's it called? I just watched because what's it called? What's his name? Political comment Hassan.
That's on.
Hassanab. He mentioned in one of the newer episodes like a few weeks ago that his
Is that
favorite
his full name or is that his last
his
name?
full name's
That's
Hassanabi.
Okay, so I
But let him tell
His
his
full
story.
name's Hassan Piker.
Last name's Piker.
Yeah, Hasanabe is his screen name.
But yes, he he said his favorite show and the reason he wanted to move to America was the show Entourage. Have any of you ever seen Entourage
of it,
on
yeah.
HBO? I was like, you know what? These are 25-minute episodes. I'll throw them on in the background because, you know, he said it was the reason he wanted to come to America. And I was like, he was such a degenerate because the show is just 4 friends fucking around and like having like boy conversations.
That's
every
America.
episode.
That's Hassan's channel.
That is America, though.
There is because the plot is just it's 4 lifelong friends. One of them made it big as a movie star, and the other 3 are his entourage. And there was a whole episode where he's gonna get a movie done by an indie filmmaker that won like the Sundance like best of show award or whatever, and the whole episode was based around whether it was gay or manly that he gets sucked off by another dude, like in the script, and it was just like 25 minutes of these characters arguing with each other about if it's gay or if it's more manly than it is gay.
What is this, workaholics?
And you're like,
The fuck? That's like feels like a workaholic skit.
What was the conclusion?
God damn, Miguel.
I think it's both.
the conclusion ended up being that this guy is such a genius that even if it is gay, it's sometimes worth it to play. They said you can either play gay or you could play like the R word.
Oh my god.
I think that they started naming that. It's very 2000. It's very 2000s, and they're bad people in the way that the average guy was kind of a bad guy in the 2000s. You know, like you go like by today's standards, these guys are like toxic males.
Yeah.
But by 2006 standards, they were just dudes.
Yeah,
just
just
say-
throwing it out.
Just
Let's
throwing
say
it
there's
out.
there's probably a lot of alternative rock bands. Great guys.
Most alternative rock bands from today are great guys.
Yeah.
Just because it's got
I
a
was showing
nostalgic
someone
song.
the like How I Met Your Mother episodes recently, and they were pointing out like, dude, this is such like early 2000s like bro
Oh,
stuff.
we were saying that
and
the
I'm
moment
like,
we watched.
yes, but when it's funny,
When
isn't
it's-
it really
Yeah,
funny?
Yeah, when the bits are like bidding, you go like, I can't believe you built a whole episode around this fucking dumbass joke.
But
and it was hilarious.
How I Met Your Mother is what got me into bits.
No, I agree.
I'll say
Yeah.
my favorite bits, Neil Patrick Harris bits are like second though.
No, Neil Patrick Harris bits
Are the number I prefer
for me
Marshall bits.
are the I think
Marshall
okay,
bits are way funnier.
Marshall bits are less cringe.
Marshall versus the Machine is hilarious. And that's
But
not the only
Marshall
one.
has less bits.
He does, but they're good. They're good ones when they come out.
Yeah.
They're much better than
I mean, they all have good bits.
No.
my favorites are Marshalls. That's
I would say the worst of the bits
Are
are
Lily's?
Lily's.
yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Because Lily's just straight
Because
up like
Lily's
not a good
No,
person.
most of Lily's bits are, isn't Lily a bitch? And you're like, I guess.
Because
Like,
you wrote her that way.
Wrote her to be a bad person.
Yeah, you wrote her as a bad person.
like
dude, that whole
Call her a
episode
bitch.
where
Dude, the fact that you're like, everybody is like garbage here except Marshall, and then you're like, no, Marshall sucks too.
no,
he's a bad boyfriend
Marshall, but okay,
sometimes.
but Marshall sucks.
When Marshall starts slut shaming all the
Marshall
time.
sucks.
Yeah.
Marshall sucks in the way that, like I said, like a person at that time that wouldn't be considered sucky at all.
Dude, one of those showrunners got like cheated on or something.
Yeah.
Because Marshall
So
really
bitter.
became such a woman hater.
Like, I'm gonna get this.
I'm like, Marshall, what's wrong with you?
Okay, but remember when there was the whole episode where Lily was pissed off at Ted because he called her a bitch in a voicemail after he had left Marshall, and I'm like, yeah, if my best friend's girlfriend fucking dumped him like 2 weeks before the wedding and like left to another
girlfriend-
city.
Pay in mind, a girlfriend of like 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also slip in bitch like a bitch in a voicemail, like
To make my
like,
homie feel better. Try
what?
to cheer him up.
You don't get to be angry at me that 3 months ago I called you a bitch. Like, that is so unfair.
Yeah.
You
So
can get mad at Marshall for other things because
Look,
there's
she
a
was
lot
mad
of
at Ted.
things.
And
Sorry, you can get mad at Ted for a lot of
And then
things.
Ted was like,
because Ted's done a lot of things.
Ted's a
Marshall wasn't
creep.
the only one you abandoned. You also abandoned me. And she was like, oh, I didn't realize I hurt you like that.
Yeah, they were roommates
That are
and like
like-
friends since college.
But I was like,
And she
even
didn't give
without
him a word
that,
of
even
goodbye.
with that, like even if I like Dathan had a girlfriend that he loved. If Dathan was like, and then she fucking left me 2 weeks before we got married, I'd be like, what a bitch. Crazy.
Well,
It's like,
when are we gonna go drinking to get rid of this feeling?
you just like that's just part of like if your friends feel real bad, you're not positive. You're not like, you know what? She did need that time to herself. Like imagine.
How'd that make you feel?
Let's put ourselves in her shoes.
Nope. Nope. Don't see it.
Yeah, but yeah, if one of your friends say that would just break your heart. You would just be like, I guess everyone does.
I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I guess it's okay to do shit to me.
Yeah. I guess no one cares about me.
Yeah, I guess it's all about other people's feelings.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't have worth. Crazy.
I want to talk about the Game Awards.
No, you
Okay,
don't.
talk about the
No,
Game
you
Awards.
don't.
Yes,
What
I-
is there to
yes,
talk
I
about?
do.
Well,
This is
wasn't there like a
One game one. There you go.
music piece that I saw with drums or something?
that might have been like the Alan Wake because like with all the dancers.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I just was scrolling on TikTok and it went Game Awards and I saw and I was like, what is this? This is all Game Awards?
Dude, Game Awards was so lame
Also, question: why the fuck was Mario nominated?
because it's
What
Mario.
game did Mario have?
Is that
Mario
really?
Wonder.
That's like another Mario Wii U game, like Mario X
What's
Luigi.
it? Is it as
Like, it's
good as
one of those
Odyssey?
games. Mario Kitty
No,
Cat.
it's like it's another 2D Mario.
It's a
game.
2D Mario game.
It has like some like
Cool
like
soundtrack.
cool like weird level design, but like it's a 2D
Kind
Mario
of like
game.
Link
Jaw
Between
drop.
Worlds or something.
Kinda.
Link
Yeah.
Between Worlds is the only one of the only handheld game that's been nominated in recent years that I think deserved it. I don't count Switch as handheld games because I'm like that's like a whole ass
It's a console.
like a whole ass console.
Don't
But
care.
I usually think handheld games do not deserve it like at all.
Not
Yeah.
even, no Pokemon game deserves it.
No, agree. No Pokemon game deserves it at all.
at all.
But
Not even the old ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I put it on the background just
better
because I
game
wanted to
design
see
back then.
I wanted to see what it's about because I was like I have time. Like I'm doing stuff on my computer. I'll just have it
Oh,
on.
but our favorite
It's-
guy from SNL, who dances for us in his red undies, presented that award, right?
What?
The
Who?
last-
Timothy Chalamet was in the Game Awards.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
he
he's the Game
presented the
Award.
winner.
What? That's what? They really.
I was like, this is when he went on stage. I was like, Timothy Chalamet. It's
They-
so fucking
They
random.
don't know their
What?
audience.
The guy never talks about video games ever. Ever. Second, they really just went, who's popular with the kids? Timothy
And he
Chalamet.
accepted?
It's so not his crowd.
No, dude, it's not his crowd.
Hey, you do it for the paycheck.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm starting to like come to terms. He's just not the guy you thought he was.
No. Crowd that would be good for Timothy Chalamet. Golden Globes would be good for him.
Oh, Emmys? Emmys is TV,
I'm
right?
thinking.
Yeah, Emmys is TV.
No, Timothy
No,
Chalamet would never disgrace
too low
himself with
for him.
TVs. Yeah, I literally.
Unless his girlfriend is winning an award
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the People's
for
Choice
reality
and the
television.
Oscars?
He would do Oscars. He would do Golden Globes.
He'd do Game Awards.
He'd do no. Okay,
He just
He
did.
would do, but I'm saying he should. Like, good for his image. Indie Spirit Awards.
Oh,
would look good for him.
What's the Grammys? You do the Grammys.
No,
He's not a musician.
no.
He likes music,
could,
though.
It would be okay if
He did do that rap video.
I was saying, if he would be a great pick, like unironically for like hip hop awards, just like, because people would be like, "It's Timothy," and then he'd have like a Timmy T like rap
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
You guys remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, senior year project or whatever. How
So
embarrassing!
Timmy T presented.
Yeah, it was probably like 45 minutes of like actual giving out awards, and then
A bunch
like
of orchestra.
and then like 2 hours of like ads for games and like bullshit
Like
presentations.
E3, because E3 doesn't work. E3 is not a thing anymore.
That's what people are saying is like all the companies just moved what they would have done for E3 over to Game Awards, which like I don't
Like that.
quite agree with. I think Game Awards is just like way more shilly now because just because it's
Dude.
more people are watching it. Like they would rapid fire like a bunch of
Reviews and stuff.
no, they'd rapid fire a bunch of awards. Like,
Is it like when you go to the Oscars and then they run through like costume design, lighting, sound
Yeah.
design, and you're like, wait, they ain't even gonna walk up and like, no,
nope. Yeah, and the people who actually did walk up, they only got like 45 seconds to actually speak, and it's like, come on.
I want to know. The point of a game award is to know what the game developers
If you're only
feel.
giving me 45 seconds, I'm only gonna say the worst 45 seconds of my speech.
Yeah,
The most
like,
disgusting and vile 45 seconds of my speech.
That's true.
Broken up like over 5 minutes, you go, there was some iffy moments, but he really brought it back. But without it, it was gonna make me look bad, and that's on the Game Awards.
yeah, like Larian went up when they won for best game of the year for Baldur's Gate 3. And
No.
they only got
They don't deserve it.
Was it?
What are you talking about?
Did they do Timothy Chalamet because Keanu Reeves went so well, and they went, he's this generation's Keanu Reeves?
No, I think they were just like, we need a celebrity that
was like
people
him?
know.
I also don't think he's Keanu Reeves.
Also,
level.
Keanu Reeves went up because of Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Oh
in
yeah,
Cyberpunk.
you're right.
He's
You're
an
right.
actor in Cyberpunk. He's
Yeah,
one of the characters,
yeah, he's Johnny Silverhand.
which is one of the most
Is
favorite.
Timothy gonna be in a
characters.
game?
No, he just presented the
presented it.
game of the
He
year.
really is not the audience.
Yeah.
No, he's just
Yeah,
he's just
it's-
what's popping right now. It's,
Yeah, it was so random.
it's a big show of
You know
how
who would be better
commercialized
than
this
Timothy?
episode. This
In
is,
the same exact vein, I even think Tom Holland would be a better choice than Timothy.
yeah, he's
he was the lead
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And Uncharted.
Oh, and Uncharted.
Or you
Wait,
get the Miles
no one saw
Morales.
Uncharted.
But him coming in as Spider-Man would be kind of like a hit little because Spider-Man 2 fans and everything.
Yeah.
Like it would be a little moment. And and he's just as popular as Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Spider-Man won no awards though.
Yeah, but people liked it.
Yeah, people are really mad
But
that
I'm
it
just
won no
saying-
awards.
it doesn't deserve an award because it's a regurgitated version of another game's. It's like I don't think it deserves an award. No offense, but it's a fun game. But I don't think it's like a game that's worth
It's
awards.
innovative. Yeah, it's like not innovative.
Yeah, I hear overall the main thing it had going for it is it had like the best boss fights of the year, but that's about it.
It's like we liked
It had
Zelda.
really good boss fights.
We liked Zelda after N64 because they started adding cool things every game, but then they stopped doing that, and now it's just
I did see because
Breath of the Wild.
fucking Sandman fight, Sandman throws you through a skyscraper, and then you're maneuvering yourself, dodging like through as you're going, and then catching yourself and flinging yourself back, and then catching like the little sand particles, and you're like, that's sick, that's sick.
Isn't that like a Resident Evil thing too, where you're like dodging grenades and trying to quick events?
What?
Quick time
what?
events, it's very frequent in games, is it not?
What wasn't like a quick time event? It was
He was
like
talking about a very specific.
It was like,
Like
a
boss fight.
It was like
Boss
a
fight.
boss mode. Oh,
well, all the so the game is like normal gameplay, and then when boss fights happen, they like the mechanics for the boss fight are like unique to like whatever the boss is.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I'll just say I played the first one.
Do you know what has sick boss fights? Lies of P.
Oh, I hear
Dude,
Lies of P is so anime.
That's on my list. Is it good?
So my brother was playing it, and most of the gameplay, it's simplified.
It's a Souls-like.
It's anime
right?
Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, it's anime Elden Ring, but I would say it's like very simplified. It's just kind of like, you know, like the like parrying and riposte mechanics in Sekiro.
Yeah.
It's like very simplified that. So the gameplay is not that difficult, but the boss fights, they have like 3 stages in like almost every boss fight,
Like anime.
and it's like really cool.
Cell had 3. Frieza had 3.
Also, just the idea that you're Pinocchio and you have like mechanical parts that you can like add on to yourself and like
Is your character Pinocchio?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's sick. That's
The loading
sick.
screen, the bar is his nose getting longer as the bar goes on.
Is there like a lot of fairy tale
Is there
stuff
Hansel
in
and
it?
Gretel in the
Yeah.
situation? Hansel and Gretel as the characters?
Maybe I gotta play Lies of P.
Yeah, I
sometime.
know that like one
Baba
of like
Yaga's
the
a
main
boss?
like story
Fuck yeah.
mechanics is like how much you lie affects like the plot or something like that.
Oh, like Fable.
The more you lie, the more human you become.
Yeah, something
You know
like
Fable?
Which one?
Because
I'm
I've
familiar.
heard that the main theme of the game is like lying is what makes humans humans. It's like what makes humanity. And I'm like, okay, I guess.
That's some Japanese
That's some that is some Japanese shit.
No, but yeah, Brennan mentioned Fable, and it's wrong. Finding out that the guy who did Fable, like, because he's suing DC for rights of his comic series back, because they promised him with their initial contract that
Also,
it would
those
be,
comics were cool, weren't they?
maybe started cool
Because I only read the first issue.
So the big reason that he's suing DC is DC stopped publishing his later volumes, and so he wants to give it to a different publisher, and they promised him that he'd be able to do that like 20 years ago, and now they're like saying that he can't. So on one hand, you're like, DC's in the wrong, but the reason they stopped publishing Fable is they got real Trumpy. like they got like real right wing.
Yeah, I think yeah, this is like Wolf Among Us, like that.
Yeah, he ended up falling full into the full hardcore MAGA, full Gamergate, full like.
And now he's being silenced for it.
And
Dude, freedom of speech doesn't even exist anymore.
and it's like
Unfortunate.
on one hand, I'm like, yeah, guy probably deserves to be able to move his series to whatever publishing house he wants. But like his like outlines that I've read are just racist. Like just racist and sexist.
That's
a lot
awesome.
of the game, story-wise.
The game's racist?
It's not racist, but it's very sexist.
I do think even from the beginning there is stuff that you're like, look,
Just because you could change
Yeah.
your gender after you beat the game does not make it like pro.
Wait, in Wolf Among Us?
Oh, I thought we were talking about Fable.
Wolf
Fable is
Among Us
kinda
is
sexist.
Fable.
No, the comic, not the game. The comic.
I'm talking about the games.
Oh, I'm talking about the comic Fable with the series Wolf Among Us and all that stuff.
In my head, I'm thinking it's the same guy who made the game.
No, the game that's completely different. Fables
is not
like high fantasy, like
yeah. It's
Okay,
not.
I've only
It's
seen
not Wolf
Fables.
Among Us at all.
I've read that comic though, the first issue.
Fables is
And the cover's like Red Riding Hood, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've read that first one. Only the first one.
no, I hear they're good until about halfway through the series, and then like the financial crash happened, and then like you're like some seedy stuff started slipping in, and then Trump era and then the Trump era happened, and it like went fully downhill.
Yeah, he had to start finding a new audience,
If you
a
don't,
ravenous audience.
I have a question about the Oz series then. That one racist?
Oz, if it's in the Fable line, then it is. It's
I don't
written.
think
They're
it's-
written by the same guy.
Don't think it's written by the same guy. Probably not that.
Because Fable switches main characters. Like it's like Bigsby the wolf is only like, the main character for like a third of the story.
But there was a cool comic series called Oz I saw, and it was like edgy Wizard of Oz. It might be the same guy. I'm gonna check tonight.
There's a lot of just edgy. Die is just edgy Lord of the Rings. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's a lot of stuff that's just edgy versions.
On that note, we've been podcasting for a little bit. Should probably wrap this up.
Yeah.
Kung Pai.
Audience, tell us who your favorite doctor and companion are, because we spent so much time on Doctor Who.
We spent like a half hour. I'm sorry. That was really supposed to be like a 10-minute conversation.
No, this is the Doctor Who episode
And if
now.
you don't know any of the doctors, name any doctor.
Name any
Dr.
doctor.
House.
Dr. K.
Dr. Mike.
Hey, yeah, Dr. Mike.
Good doctor.
Yeah, whoever the good doctor.
I'm a surgeon too.
Yeah. Doc Ock. See, we've already
Doctor
mentioned
Strange.
a few. You should name your favorite doctor.
Just give me.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.